Hi Laxmi, thanks very much for coming into the gallery today. Would you like to start by just telling us a little bit about your background?
Yep. I grew up in Delhi and New Delhi and did my fashion designing and textile designing there, and then got married and came to Hong Kong and lived there most of my other half of my life. But I got busy with kids and home, and so I didn't get any chance to do any art or pursue any career there. So when I moved to New Zealand 10 years back, gave me a lot of opportunity and free time. So I took up art, and I started with evening classes, but it grew very serious with me, and I wanted to take it further. So went and joined Auckland University of Technology and did my bachelor's degree in visual arts. My art reflects my Indian culture. It's one of the important aspects in my work, which I feel really proud of. And but it also has at the same time the modern simplest concept. So it's become, the amalgamation of two concepts: the Eastern concept and the modern aspects. Yeah.
So would you be able to tell us what artists that influence your work?
I've got 2-3 Indian favorite artists. One is Raza, and there is another artist. His name is M.F. Hussain. I am also very fond of Anish Kapoor, Wolfgang Leab. This time when I was in India, gave me a chance to view his. There was visiting work from Anish Kapoor, which was in New Delhi and Bombay, and it was a treat for me viewing the work. And Wolfgang Leab, also I've seen his work in Auckland Art Gallery. So, I mean, I've read a lot about them, but seeing the work in flesh, it makes a huge difference.
And what about the conceptual ideas behind your work? You were talking before about
my work is very conceptual, modern. So the main idea behind the work is that the artist has limited or no control over the creative events. I I create the conditions and let the work happen. Like, if I'm playing with colors, I pour the paint, and when I use the pigments, I have the perspex where I put the pigment, perspex box where I put the pigment in, and the work shifts and changes and takes its own result at according to its material qualities. So I'm very interested in materiality. I've explored pigments, natural materials like tumeric, flour, and perspex, wood in my work. The materials, have their own. They sit according to their own material qualities, and the natural material transcend themselves, giving meaning to the viewers.
So are you planning on doing, what are you planning on doing for the exhibition that you've got coming up here at Mairangi Arts Centre?
I have some of the works like painting works and some of the perspex and the pigment works, and I'm doing an installation on the floor. The installation my installation is a conversation between the ephemeral and the permanent work. So there's the one which is on the floor is more tactile, and it is ephemeral, and people want to touch it, and it invites people so they can touch it. But the work on the wall, which is with perspex, is more permanent, and people want to touch it but they can't. There's a shield which is protecting them, and there's a the work is very reflective, and it has all the surrounding and the images on it, which makes the work very different to the one on the floor, which is matte, delicate, very
Yeah,
tactile.
sure.
And
Yeah. And can you just remind us when the show opens?
the show opens on the 9th of June at 5 o'clock at Myrangi Art Center.
And people have got about 3 weeks to see it, is it? 3 weeks?
Yeah, it's on 2 weeks,
2 weeks, is it? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Great. Thanks, Laxmi.
Oh, thank you, Kath. Thank you.
I'm just going to go in on your works a little bit. Oh, yeah, thanks.
I don't know.
Do you want to just take the chair? Oh, no, the chair. Take
Chair.
the chair away so we can just see the work.
Did I talk well? I don't know.